Welcome back. John Lennon gave our next guest a glowing endorsement when he said their first single was the best record to have come out of Liverpool. He was referring to the Searchers and their debut release, Sweets for My Sweets, which shot to #1.
And the hits continued with Sugar and Spice, Needles and Pins and Don't Throw Your Love Away, and more than 40 years after they first got together, the band is still touring. We're going to speak to the founder, John McNally, and bassist Frank Allen. But before we do, let's have a quick look back at some of the classics.
Jumping sound alive here from the moon. Every time they walk in the room. Sweets for my sweet, sugar for my honey. Give a sweet kiss, thrill me so. Sweets for my sweet, sugar for my honey. I'll never ever let you go. So was the day I saw her face. It was a face I loved. I remember I had to run away, yeah. Get down on my knees and pray, yeah. Not let go away, surrender.
It's a real nostalgia morning for me this morning because
Seems like it, yeah.
that Needles and Pins I remember buying in Woolworths on a Saturday morning.
You cheapskate.
Was it on your
Woolies?
What do you mean?
Woolies, that was the label,
Still
Woolies.
6 and 8 then. And
The 6 and 8.
was it Pie Records, the pink label?
That's right,
Yeah.
pink.
You see, there you are.
Yep.
It was
February
#1, wasn't
February
it?
'64.
Yeah, I was only 8.
Yeah, so was
All
I.
my hard-earned money I spent on your single.
Not bad, sixpence.
Well, you helped us on our way.
Yes.
It's nearly 50 years, but well, it is actually 50 years now, not 40.
What I was going to say, John, when
50.
you set the band up,
Yeah, I started the band in about 57, 58 with a mate who'd just come out of the army, and he played guitar in the army while I was abroad, and then he knew I played, so we played on the street corner, and then we got people in and out, mates and all that kind of thing. Other people went to university, and a couple of lads who realised they wanted to play music for their careers stayed, the likes of Tony Jackson and Mike Pender and Chris Curtis.
How many times do you think you've sung Needles and Pins?
Oh
Well,
God.
Gosh,
But we do nearly 200 gigs a year.
Yeah, 50 years
And we do it
times
twice a night.
200.
Is that
Times-
10,000?
And it normally gets played twice a night as well, so yeah, an awful lot. No, we've never
Twice a
counted these
night?
things
You
up.
play it twice?
Well,
Yeah, we do a medley at the
we do a
end.
little medley of our hits at the end. It's a kind of reprise of all of the biggies. It works very well. I mean, I remember we did America, and we did it in a package tour we did out there, and the promoters were incredibly impressed. They said they'd never actually seen that done before. But it's a nice little way to
Psychology
finish
is
off the
quite
show.
good. The people go out with those songs in their brains.
Yeah.
tell us about John Lennon then.
Well, we had,
'cause that was pretty glowing.
That was great
from
because
the
we had,
Beatles.
in August '63, when the Great Train Robbery was happening, we had Sweets out, Sweets of My Sweet, and it was called a sleeper at that time. It was selling, but not in great amounts. And then a journalist said to Lennon, "What's your favourite record?" And he said, "Oh, it's the Sweets of My Sweet by the Searchers." And he went, "Who were they?" You know, he said, "The Liverpool band, you know." After that, we got Thank You Lucky Stars, and it was #1 in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
So Lennon's endorsement, fantastic.
Yeah, was that a key moment?
Oh yeah, for us it was unbelievable what they gave us that in the first #1, first record, first #1.
Sweets for My Sweet we're talking about. Also, you're big on sort of high sugar things because there's also
Exactly.
sugar and spice.
Sweets of My Sweet.
Yeah.
Sugar and
Sugar
sugar.
and
Yeah.
Spice was the follow-up, wasn't it? That
Yeah.
was a good follow-up, written by Tony Hatch, who was our record producer at the time.
Should we have a quick
Here
look?
it is.
Oh good. Is this the wool advert one?
Every time we kiss, I get that feeling. Every time we simply meet. When I see her smile, I get that feeling. 'Cause my baby looks so sweet. You know she's sugar and spice and all things nice. Kisses sweeter than wine. Sugar and spice and all things nice. You know that little girl is mine.
You were just pointing out your lovely suits, which I thought were absolutely superb.
Provided by the Wool Board at the time.
You were sort of promotional advertising for them,
That
were
was an
you?
advert for the Wool Board.
You were sponsored.
Yes, we were. Incredible. We didn't like it.
And we're
If
still
you look at
willing to
that
be.
clip, no one's laughing. We're not happy because we had to wear these suits.
Yeah.
Was it a
So,
bit scratchy?
Well, yes, and we didn't like what we were doing. You know, it's like the usual thing: do this, and it'll be good for your career. The suits, you know, but then they were all different coloured suits. You've seen them.
So
Horrible.
you had this early success in the early '60s, and then things dipped a bit. How did you manage to sort of maintain the momentum?
The worst period was the end of the 60s. We went into the chicken and basket sort of market, which was the cabaret.
Yeah, but it was a good. Actually, it did us stood us in good stead, because what happened was, I mean, we were working more than ever, because we would do a week then in cabaret. We'd gone from a week in, spent plenty of times around here in Manchester doing a week's cabaret. You go on to another week somewhere else, and you're really kind of treading water, just trying to keep the band going, thinking, well, this is gonna fade out at some point. But also, we were learning how to present an adult show, because before that we'd been teenage idols. People had been screaming. Suddenly you're we're now faced with an audience who's sitting there applauding at the end of the songs, and you had to learn how to control them, and that's what's developed into the kind of show.
It was applauding at the end, though.
It was the period of the Batley Variety Clubs, you know.
What is it? Well, you play the song, they applaud at the end. That's what you want, isn't it?
Yeah, but you have to talk to it. It has to be constructed more like a show. You know,
link the songs together properly.
Light and shade and pace and humour and interaction with the audience, which you never had to do before. You got on stage, the girls screamed at you, and that was it, you know. But now, instead of a 20-minute show, you're doing an hour show. Now we do a 2-hour show, and we have to communicate with the audience all the time. So it worked very well. I look at it as a kind of university education.
Do you mean that you don't get fans who turn up to your shows now and just scream from start to finish?
People sit and listen now, and they want to be entertained.
Well,
and, you know.
Unless they're very young children.
Well, we get loads of them.
Yeah, but they don't sit and scream throughout your show. They've been taken out.
We have a strange following, because families have brought the kids along, and they meet and greet at the end of the night.
Yeah, a 4-year-old.
We had a 4-year-old in the other night. Yeah, we had a 6-year-old in last night.
Yeah.
But a 4-year-old, that's about as young as they get. I don't think we get them.
You know all the words.
There's not many bands where the fans get younger and younger.
I know, well, Frank has a comment he said on stage.
Yeah, I would say that our audience goes from incredibly young to fast approaching death. But I include us in that. So.
But you're currently touring the UK, but you're still very popular in Australia.
Yeah, we just come
every
back.
year.
Just come back.
Yeah, we go every year, every January, February. Beginning of March.
Went there first time in '64. We were headlining a tour with Del Shannon, Peter and Gordon. Then we went back in '66, touring with the Rolling Stones. And ever after that, it's been kind of club tours and what they call leagues clubs, a bit like huge, luxurious cabaret clubs.
American casinos.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You two are like twins now, in that you finish each other's
Well, I spend more time with him than the wife.
That's what I was going to say. This is true.
Oh, by the way, happy birthday, love.
It was her birthday today. Yeah.
40.
Yes, happy birthday, Mary.
Good.
Oh, brilliant.
Well, good to see you still going strong.
Yeah, lovely to see you.
Thank you for having me.
Are you going to stop at any point?
I don't know.
We've never discussed it. We're scared to talk about it. You know?
Okay.
I think it's
I won't press you then.
No, it's not. It's not.
I think the people will tell us when to stop.
Yeah.
If there's no bums
They
on
won't
seats,
come.
they won't come. Time to pack in.
Thank you very much. We're here again.